Hi, I'm Mike Fine, and in this video I'm going to show you how to play the verse and the chorus of Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day. This song is played in the key of F minor, so you're going to notice that everything's played with the capo on the first fret, and you're basically playing everything as if it was in E minor. I'm going to show you two approaches to this tune. The first is going to be the open chord approach, where you play your typical E minor chord, G major chord, etc. Then I'm also going to show you an approach where you can play power chords. I'm going to keep the two separate in the video, but ultimately you may want to combine the two approaches. For example, you may want to play the open chords in the verse and then play power chords in the chorus. The verse chord progression starts with an E minor chord. Now remember, we got the capo on the first fret, so it's E minor related to the capo on the first fret. So I have my E minor, fingers 2 and 3, there on strings 5 and 4 on the second fret. Okay. Then I'm going to go to my G major. You can play that with the pinky like that. You could also play that G major. And sometimes you'll see guitarists add the third finger here and the fourth finger there for another G major. Alright, so they're all acceptable. I'm going to go with our most basic G major, which is just first finger, second finger, third finger. Okay. Then it goes to a D major chord, not D7, not D minor, D major. Alright, that's finger 1 and 2 on the second fret of the first and third string, finger 3 on the third fret of the second string. And then I'm going to go to my A major chord. So you can play A major a few different ways. Right, you can finger it like that, where you have your first finger there just slid back like that. You'll also see some guitarists kind of pile them up like that, but the key here is that it's fret 2 on your second, third, and fourth strings. So it's E minor, G major, D major, A major. And then that progression repeats throughout the entire verse. And you see there in the strumming pattern I did down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. And I'm kind of switching chords in the down up part, so you may get a little bit of like a scratchy sort of sound as you're switching, or some open string sound, and that's going to be okay. That's the whole verse. Now we get into the chorus. The chorus uses a C chord to G to D to E minor. So relatively similar to the chords that you're using in the verse, but it does start with that C. Okay? And it ends on the E minor. So I could apply that same strumming pattern. Okay, now on the fourth time that you would play that over the chorus, you go C to G, and instead of going to that D chord, you end on a B7, and you strum it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and then you can do a hit to end to make those notes stop. So the last time, the fourth time is G, E, and then right back into the verse chords for the ah part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Power chords can be really helpful in this tune, and they're really important in pop music. Power chords play just the root, the fifth, and the root of a chord, and the basic shape is like this. Okay, so it's first finger on my low E string, and then third and fourth fingers with one fret open in between. And I just play strings 6, 5, and 4. What you can do is you can start to slide that up. So if I bring my finger back where my first finger is actually behind the nut, that's my E. I slide it up. That's F, F sharp, G, A flat, A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and then I'm back up to E. I can apply the same principle to my fifth string, chords based on my fifth string. So this is an A chord, right? And so if I slide my power chord there and just play strings 5, 4, and 3, that's an A power chord. Slide it up, that's B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, that's F, F sharp, and G. G sharp, and then up to A. And what you can do is kind of weave your way using a combination of 6th string power chords and 5th string power chords to make the movement easier. If you omitted doing any like 5th string power chords, you could play this tune like the verse progression of E to G, all the way up to D, down to A. But it's certainly a lot of movement. Instead, I could do E, slide up to G. Now D would be up 2 frets and down, or actually I should say up a string. And then A is right there. So this is a 6th string chord, still 6th, up 2 frets and to the 5th string, and then to the 6th string. So that's E, G, D, A. think that's the easiest way to navigate the verse. Now when you get to the chorus, I actually would suggest using your C as opposed to sliding all the way up, all the way up pretty far on the 6th string. Instead, make that a 5th string chord. So that's going to be 3rd fret on the 5th string. And conveniently, G is right there on the 6th string. Then you have D up 2 frets and on the 5th string. Now you have a choice here with E. You could slide back there, but actually my preference would do D, slide up 2 frets to the 7th fret. So I would do C to the 6th string G, up 2 frets into the 5th string D, and then up 2 frets. That's your E. Now on the very last time when it goes C to G to B, I would keep that all down here. C, 3rd fret on the 6th string G, and then your B is back here but down 1 fret. Right, so B is going to be on your 2nd fret with the 5th string. So that movement would be C, G, D, E, C, this will be the last time, G, and then that B, when you apply power chords to this song, we have to keep our capo on. So if we have our capo on there, your E can get confusing because you're used to seeing these dots as fret 3, 5, and 7. But now, here's fret 3, here's fret 5, here's fret 7. So you just have to visually get used to that. I like practicing it first without the capo to get used to it and then add the capo in, and I think that makes the adjustment a little easier. So here's my E, sliding up to the G, sliding up and to the 5th string, D, back to the 6th string. So E, G, D, A, and that repeats. When I get to the chorus, I'm going to go with my C to my G, D, E. Remember, everything's relative to that capo. And when you finish it, it's C, G, B, one, two, three, four.